A big question we ask ourselves as dairy producers and professionals is this: how can we effectively communicate with consumers around the food we produce and our built-in sustainability stories? Well, who better to tap on the shoulder for this topic than Dr. Marissa Hake? I sat down with Dr. Hake at Adisseo's VIP Dairy Seminar to get her insights. Hear what she has to say about consumer purchasing decisions, dairy versus the alternatives, sustainability, and building trust on this Up-Level Dairy podcast. This is the podcast for dairy farm owners, managers, and advisors who are committed to profitability, sustainability, and excellence. I'm Peggy Coffeen, and it's my mission to bring you the conversations that will up-level your skill set and your mindset so you can be a top performer in the dairy farming business. And this special episode is made possible by our sponsor, Adisseo, a global leader in animal nutrition and premier provider of rumen-protected methionine for dairy producers who want to capture the value of components and maintain the health of their high-performing herds. This is Peggy Coffeen with Up-Level Dairy, and we're here at Adisseo's VIP meeting, and I have alongside me Dr. Mike Van Amburgh from Cornell. Welcome, Mike.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
And Dr. Van Amburgh was one of our speakers this morning, and he spoke about going beyond methionine and lysine and really reaping the benefits of precision nutrition. Could you just share with us a few of the key highlights from your presentation this morning for those that maybe weren't here to listen in person today?
Sure. The presentation centered around our latest version of the CNCPS, what we call version 7. We still call it our garage project because we haven't really gotten out of the garage yet, but we're hoping to do that soon. And this latest version of the model has the capacity, it's a compartmentalized model, but it has the ability to formulate for all 10 essential amino acids. And beyond, that's beyond the methionine and lysine, right? So we can talk about lysine, histidine, any of those, and do it in a way that is, I'd say, we've done a bunch of math and we've anchored it to energy. So the requirements we've made very discrete. Right? So, for methionine, 1.14 grams of methionine per mcal of energy. We do that for all essentials. That way, the nutritionist there's no guessing about what do we have to feed, right? So we've made it very transparent, pretty tangible, and pretty easy for a nutritionist to make use of.
And so really what you're talking about here is precision nutrition,
It's
right?
very precise, right? You won't have to agree with it all the time. There'll be times when it doesn't work, right? The model's perfect, but at least it provides a direction of where you to make decisions.
And so you're really putting power in the hands of the nutritionist through this model?
Trying to. Yeah.
And so bring that through to the dairy producers end. What's the benefit that they can get from precision nutrition with this in the hands of their nutritionists?
Half of nutrition is been kind of like art, right? You don't always have all the answers, quantitative answers. So you kind of, well, I think it's like this, or I think it's like that. At least for amino acids, we're going to remove the art process. And hopefully what that does is it allows us to either maintain or increase productivity, where not as much protein, not as much nitrogen intake. So I would hope that we can figure out how to use this to be more cost-effective in diet formulation. And given all the pressure on the industry to reduce the environmental impact, we can reduce, especially reduce nitrogen exclusion.
Mm-hmm. And do you think that's one of the greatest, bigger vision potentials of what we do is to really tie this to the sustainability efforts at the farm level?
I think given the current climate, not in a fun kind of way, but current climate, if we can reduce environmental impact, some of the work that's being done right now is all focused on methane. It's really not tangible, but nitrogen is very tangible. And that's ammonia production. That's money spent on high cost feeds. So anything you do to reduce that reduces air emissions, that reduces or improves air quality, improves water quality. So there's a lot of benefits here. And nitrous oxide, right? We forget about nitrous oxide as a greenhouse gas, but the less ammonia, less humidity goes out back in cow, in the end, the less nitrous oxide is going to be produced.
So that's the bigger picture that
I think
we're
so.
looking at as well. So really, like you said, empowering the nutritionists, being able to drive that to the producer level, and then taking a few steps back and looking at the bigger picture, the bigger vision of the sustainability piece that ties right into this as well.
I hope so. I think so.
Dr. Van Amburgh, you've been in this business a very long time. You've been, I'm sure, knee deep and elbow deep in a lot of different things.
How that makes me feel. Thank you.
But my question for you is, when you look at everything you've worked on, all the studies that that you've been a part of, the students that you've brought up, and the research you continue to do, of all the work that you've done right now, which piece, which subject do you think has the greatest influence on you?
Well, I'll try not to dwell on it too long. I would say probably there's a bunch of things. The time spent with the CNCPS is probably the biggest thing. It's used to feed so many things, right? And that was never what I anticipated. That wasn't part of some big plan. We just, as Schwab said this morning, the original version was broken, right? Ended up in my lap. I did what I could to fix it. Seems to work, right? And all of a sudden, a bunch of guys, right? So that's probably, maybe that's it.
Excellent. So, well, thank you so much for sharing that with us. And great chatting with you here at Adisseo's VIP meeting. And appreciate the conversation about precision nutrition and the greater impacts that you have and continue to have in dairy industry.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
I'm Peggy Coffeen with the Up-Level Dairy Podcast, and thank you for listening to this very special series from the Adisseo VIP Dairy Seminar. These episodes have been made possible by Adisseo, a global leader in animal nutrition and premier provider of rumen-protected methionine for dairy producers who want to capture the value of components and maintain the health of their high-performing herds.